So any one of you can tell me what is the vendor or supplier master, or what is the vendor? Anyone?
It consists vendor-related information like vendor.
So what actually the vendor means? What we are doing from the vendor?
Is a supplier
Yeah, yeah. Then what actually we are doing from the vendor side?
to to purchase from company
No, no.
any goods or service.
Yeah, like that. Correct, correct. So we are purchasing the material or services from that person. So we call it as a vendor or a supplier. So like that, the data which we are maintaining our SAP regarding that vendor or supplier, we call it as a vendor or a supplier master. Okay. I will share my screen with you. My screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So today's topic is regarding the vendor master and its configuration. Okay. So what actually the vendor? The vendor master database contains the information about the vendor, which is the supplying material to our enterprise or organization there. Okay. The information is stored in individual vendor master record. Vendor master record contains the vendor's name, address, their GST number, such as the currency for which we are ordering the material. Like this all data will be stored in the SAP system for the vendor. We call it as a vendor or a supplier master. Okay, you clear about the vendor master and supplier master? What actually it's? Because we are creating a purchase order, correct? So for that we require the details of that vendor, because after purchasing the material we also need to pay to the vendor, so their bank account number, GST number, all the things we require in our database. So for that we are maintaining the vendor master in our SAP database. Okay, so the vendor master will be divided into three parts. First one is the general data, second one is the company core data, and third one is the purchasing data. You, any one of you know what is the general data, company core data, purchasing data? Because we are clear it in a material master. Can you tell me what is the general data? Because we are
It is
completing this. Yeah,
vendor information like vendor address,
correct.
contact number.
Okay. So what actually it means? So general data means like it will be common for all the departments in a SAP. Okay. So it cannot be changed at the general data, but company code will be changed. Purchasing data, like a purchasing, we have the multiple purchasing organization in company. Okay. So this data will be changed, but general data will be common for all the departments. Okay. So the like a vendor name, their address, all the things will be common for all the department in a SAP. Okay. So this is nothing but the general data. And what is the company code data then? We are maintaining the accounting data. Okay. So it will be at a company code level. So when we are creating a material, so we are maintaining the accounting data like their account number and all the things, because the payment will be done by the accounting team. So this is related to the accounting team only. And what is the purchasing data? While creating a material master, what we are maintaining the purchasing data? Any one of you can remember?
Store information or material.
Okay. But here we do not require the storage location. We require the purchasing organization, purchase group. That is the purchasing data. Okay. Because we here not we are receiving the material, we are purchasing the material, and we are creating a purchase order for that specific vendor. Okay. So we do not require the storage locations here. We require only purchase organization, purchase group. Okay. Plant. Remember? Okay. So till any doubts in this trees data, general data, company code data, and purchasing data? Any doubts in this? So I will just jump into the SAP. I will show you. XK03 is the T code for the display the vendors, okay, which is created as centrally. Here, these are the three different sections in a vendor. First one is a general data. Under that, address, payment transactions, contacts, the contact of the that person will be under this general data. Then under the company code data, what accounting information, payment transactions, tax, all these things are under this company code data. And under purchasing organization, what it will become? Purchasing data like a purchase or purchase group, partner functions. Okay. So these are the three different categories of vendor master. All of you clear regarding these the three different levels of the three parts of the vendor master. Okay. General data, company code data, and third one is a purchasing organization data. All of you clear? While creating it, I will show you once again. Okay. Okay. So here, as I told you, here are the three parts of the vendor master. Okay. So first one is the general, company code, and purchasing data. So whenever there are the two conditions. If first one is a directly invoicing process and second one is a general process which we are using to create a purchase order, then supply that purchase order to the vendor, then we are receiving the material, so we can do the goods receipt, and then and only after then we are invoicing the that purchase order or purchasing the material. Okay, so there are the two types. Each one is a direct invoicing process and second one is a standard one. You clear now about the standard process, creation of the PO, goods received, then invoicing process? All of you in P2P cycle we have covered that. Okay, general process. And one is a direct invoicing means, so the accounting team what they can do, they can directly invoice the vendor without reference to the purchasing info. So for that they can maintain the or create the vendor by using the this P code FK01, FK02, and FK03. Means for the creation of the vendor at the accounting team without the purchase order, so they can directly invoice because they do not touch to the purchasing data. Okay, so directly invoicing to the vendor. So for that they can use this P code for the creation of the vendor FK01, FK02 for the change, and for display purpose FK03. So I will show you under that this which data will be coming. So under this only the company code data and purchasing data will be coming there. So just go to the SAP and enter the code FK03, which is a display. Here only the general data and a company code data will be pop up. The no any purchasing data will be coming here. Okay, so this is only for the accounting purpose and they can only pay to the vendor without reference to the purchase order. Here only here the company code and general data. So this is nothing but the direct invoicing process. Sometimes it will be not used. We can only use the general process. Okay, so for just your understanding purpose, I am clarify your here what are the process of the invoicing. So like this, they can only maintain the data related to a general data and company core data. They do not maintain the purchasing data. Okay, so this is nothing but the direct invoicing process without the purchase order. And second case is a creating a vendor master with purchase order. So at that they can use the T code line MK01 for the creation of the vendor, for change MK02, and for display purpose we have the MK03. So here only the general data and purchasing data will become, no company code data will be coming here. So once again I will go to the SAP and I will show you. Just enter the T code MK03 Okay, here only the general data and purchasing data will come. No company code data or accounting data will be pop up here. Okay, so this is for the only purchasing side, but we are also not using this, just understanding purpose I will show you. And what we are actually using, we are using to create the vendor master centrally, means it will include all the three datas like general data, purchase data, and company code data. Okay, so these are the T codes for create the vendor master centrally: xk01, xk02, xk03. As I already show you now, in xk03, so all the data will be combined like a general data, company code data, and purchasing data. So most of the times, 99% we are using these data for the creation of the any vendor master. Okay, you clear about these two scenarios, direct invoicing and general invoicing process? You clear till? Any doubts in this? Nandini, Rashekar, Kirtan?
Yeah, no, no, no.
No. So
Clear.
most of the, yeah, clear all?
Ayush,
Yeah.
will you be sharing this manual?
Yeah, I will share with you. With you. So you can check the drive. I am uploading all, each and everything there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So like this, we are using a T code XK01 directly, or also we have the option of the follow the path. When you are going to the SAP, just go to the logistic material management here under purchasing. Here master data. Here you have the option of the vendor. Under vendor, you have to create the vendor centrally, not using this purchasing for MK01, MK02. Okay, so you can go to the path and click on that central option, click on the XK01 only. Okay, so this is the creation of the vendor centrally. So there is no need to enter the vendor number, it will be automatically come. Okay, so what is our company code? Anyone remember? What is our company code?
Hmm.
Hello?
Zoom.
Zoom, correct. I'm entering my company code as a Zoom here. Okay, then my purchase order is a double OF purchase order for Z double OF. And what is this account group? So whenever I customize, so then I will tell you what is that account group. So right now, as we are created a material type copying from the standard one. Okay, so ROH is a standard which is given by the SAP. Here also, the standard account group will be given by the SAP is a ARET, which is a standard vendor group. Okay, and again, second group, standard vendor group is a LIER. So this is also the standard vendor account group. Okay, so right now I am here using a KRED, which is a standard group. So after entering all this data, so the creation of the vendors that will be open here. So once again, I will enter all the things like a company code as a Zoom, purchasing organization as a ZOOF, which is my purchasing organization created. Then account group as a KRD, which is a standard vendor account group. Just enter it, and this is the screen of the creation of the vendor. So here, whatever the things you want to enter here, so enter the company. Okay, so I am putting the name of that vendor as a domestic vendor. Domestic. Okay, so here search term will be mandatory field. So I'm D T V, correct? Then enter the address as per your requirement. Type or whatever you want, you can enter there. Okay. So this is the mandatory field as a country. Select from the list, or if you can directly enter the IN as India also. Then select the region as per your requirement. You can select the region also. Okay. I'm selecting as a Maharashtra. Okay. Then whatever the fields are mandatory here, you can enter there. Okay. So what is this search term? So this is for the short key for the searching of this vendor. Okay. So DTV I am entering as a domestic test vendor. It's short key as a DTV. Okay. Like this, just enter all the things there. This is the general data, which is name, address, search term, all the things here. If you want to add whatever the telephone number, email address, all the things you can enter here as per your requirement. Just press enter after entering the mandatory fields. Okay, this is no anything is required here. Once again, this is the accounting data. Okay, so bank account number, account holder, whatever, this will be maintained by the account team only. Okay, so there is no role of the purchasing team there. So this is related to account and clearance of the payment, and all the things will be maintained by only the finance team. So here also no need to enter anything. What is the reconciliation account? This thing also here mandatory. Okay, so when we are purchasing the material and we are clearing the vendor account, like we are paying to the vendor, so for that we need to clear the vendor account by paying the money to the vendor. So for that, accounting entries will be generated. So this reconciliation account is also related to the finance team. So finance consultant give you the specific reconciliations account for that the specific vendor. So you can select from the drop down list. So these are the list of the reconciliation account here. So once this is the trade payable for the domestic. This is the standard one. So right now you can just select this. So in future you need to know about these all the things. Okay. So whenever the automatic account determination part topic will be covered, so that time you get to know about what is the reconciliation account, GL code, cost center. Okay. So after entering this, just press enter. So what is the payment term? You can just select from the list here. Okay. So as per the vendor and company's communication, within how many days we need to pay to the money to the vendor. So there are the some standard rules and regulations given by the Indian government. So the vendor which is coming under the MSME, so their payment term will be 45 days. So within a 45 days, we need to pay to the vendor. Okay. So if the company is not paying within that payment term, so the vendor can claim to the company. So this company is not giving my money within a 45 days and all the things. Okay. So for that, we need to maintain the payment terms. This is also the at a company code level. Okay. Because here company code will be pop up. You're getting? So the payment terms will be at the company code level. Okay. So just select from that list whatever you want. So here is lots of the options. I'm selecting as a MT45 here. Available or not. 20 30 days. Okay. So means within 30 days we need to pay to the vendor. Here is option of NT60. So within a 60 days we need to pay to the vendor. Okay. So I'm just selecting a NT30 here and just press enter. So time being this is not required for us doing procedure and all the things. Okay, so this is our purchasing data. Okay, so where we need to maintain our all the things. What is the order currency? You can select from the list. Okay, so this much of the currency you have available there. Whatever you want, you can select it. Okay, I'm selecting a Indian rupees. And here also once again select the terms of the payment under the purchasing. Okay. So after entering this, again we go to the down. Here is a option of the GR based invoice verification. So anyone can tell me what is the GR based invoice verification? Do you know about anything? Okay, correct. So, but actually what it means, if I am ticking this, what will be happen with that vendor? Any idea? If
Invoice related, purchase order,
okay,
deliver
no.
related thing.
So if I am tick this checkbox, what will happen? So vendor will giving the material to our company's premises. Okay. So if I am not taking this, so accounting team will be directly post the invoice without the goods receipt. If I am tick on this, so they cannot post the invoice without the goods receipt. Okay. So this is only for the security purpose. Without the receiving the material, we cannot pay to the vendor. So you can just understand in mind, keep in mind. So this is for only the security purpose. We cannot directly pay to the vendor. So vendor come and blame to us. So please pay to the my so payment, give me the payment. So without GR, we cannot pay to the vendor. So for that reason, we need to check this box as a goods based invoice verification. Without the goods receipt, we cannot create its invoice. Okay. So whenever we are running the P2P cycle, at that time, I will show you what actually done in the SAP. Okay. By tick mark on these things. Okay. And below these things right now, there is no need to know about that. Whenever we are actually using this, at that time, I will tell you what is the evaluated goods receipt, acknowledgement required, automatic purchase order. When we are converting that topic like automatic purchase order, that time we need to tick mark this checkbox. Okay. So right now there is no need to tick any of this. Just only tick on this GR based invoice verification. Okay. And just press enter. So right now this is also not important for us. Right now the system is showing us to save that vendor. I'm just entering this save. So the system will give me the data. This vendor will be created like this. The vendor number 13210056 has been created for the company code Zoom for the purchasing organization ZOE, the OOF. Okay. So why this is showing? Because I have created the vendor centrally, okay, by using the T code XK01. But if I am trying to create the vendor by at the this level FK01, so that time the system will be not giving the that message like a company code level and purchasing organization. Okay. So I have created the vendor at which level I have maintained vendor. I have maintained the vendor at the centrally, means it will be used by all the user departments there. Okay. Just copying that vendor number here. You clear about the creation of the vendor? Any doubts?
No, no.
What's doubt?
Hey, no, no.
No doubt. Okay. So once again, I will show you how to create a vendor very fastly. Okay. So just go to the T code XK01, enter your company code, purchase or account group as a standard. This is a KRD. Okay. So whenever I customize, then that time we can use this KRD or customize one. So just enter the name whatever you want. Select the company or whatever you, Mr. Miss, Madam, Doctor, whatever you want, you can select from the list. Enter your vendor or their company name here. Search them as per your requirement. Then select the country, region as per your requirement. The things whatever are mandatory here, can just enter there, and these details will be done by the finance team. Reconciliation account select as a, which is a standard 164 times 0. Payment term you can select as per your requirement. There is a lots of the option for the payment terms. Okay, this is not required. Indian rupees payments up from 30 days, or maybe can maintain the same payment terms here, and select this GR based invoice verification and press enter. So your data will be saved. So the vendor will be created for this purchase organ under 000 company code. I have created two vendors here with the standard SAP account group. Okay. So what's the ticket for the display of the vendor then? If I want to change the something, so what's the ticket for it? Here in the screen.
SK02.
Correct. Here is the XK02. Just select on it and enter the your vendor number, whatever you want to change. Which data you want to change, you can select it here. If you want to select all the data, then here is the option of the select all, which it will be selecting all the data. Okay, and if you want to deselect it, here is the option of the deselect. So if you want to change the whatever, so you can select that tab. If you want to change the address, click on the press enter. So whatever you want to change the address, you can change it. After entering this, system will be directly saving the data, because you will only select the one single data. Okay, see, if I am selecting the all the data which I want to change, so just press, the system will be giving you the all the views there as per your requirement. You can change the data after the you creating the vendor there. Okay, you clear how to change the data in the SAP? Hello.
So can we change the vendor details any point of time? Like, once the vendor is created, he supplied the material, JRN is done.
Yes. You can change it every time.
We paid the vendor also. After that also.
Yes. Why not? Because
Okay.
address and all the things you can change every time. But for the reconciliation account, you maybe need to check, because the accounting entries will be happen there. Na? So this is a standard one. Sometimes it will be changeable also, but you can change their address, account details, and we can change it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because sometimes vendor can change their payment bank and all the things there. Okay. We can change their account, because regarding the account, so it will be handled by the finance team. So the payment of the vendor and all the things. Okay. So there is no role of the consultant there to change the all the things there. Okay. So the address we can change it. Okay. Other than that is not possible. All of clear. And last but not least, as a display vendor. XK03 is a ticker for the display of the vendor. Whatever you want, you can select it and just press enter. And you can just hear only the display purpose of the vendor. All the views you can display here. Okay. Like this. These all are the create, change, and display of the vendor. So whenever we are creating a material, okay. So if I want to check the list of the material, which T code we are using? List display of the material. Anyone can remember?
MK03.
No.
What the question?
So if I want to check the list of the all the material in same plant, so what the T code for that?
MM60.
Yes, correct. So like that, here also option of the list display of the all the vendors. For that, here is a T code of MKPZ. Okay, under that list display, you have the option of the list display of the vendors. Just click on it. Okay, so by the purchasing organization also or by the account group also, you can extract the list of the vendors. Okay, so I am entering here on the purchasing organization and click on the execute. So under that, all these vendor will be created. So this is the list of the vendor which is created under the ZOOF purchase organization. So here, so the two different account group I am using, like MS10, KIRD, which one is a standard, and this is my customized one. Okay, so like this you can take the list display of the vendor here. Okay, all of you clear still? Can we proceed for the customization today it or I will take it tomorrow? Anyone? Hello? Should we continue it? Hello?
Yeah, yes, Mayur.
What? Should I continue? Proceed? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like that in a material master, we also customize in a customization in a vendor master also. Okay. So here we can customize the vendor account group, number range, and also we have the option of the field selection or a screen layout there. So what is the T code for the customization?
SPRO.
SPRO, correct. Then go to the SAP reference IMG. Okay. Then under that we have the option of the logistic general. Okay. Under that we have the option of the business partner, where we can customize the vendor account group, screen layout, number range for the vendor master there. Okay. So here after going to the logistic general, option of the business partner, under that business partner we have the option of the vendors. Under that go to the control. So here is the option of defined account groups and its field selection for the vendor. Just click on it. Okay, so the list of the all the vendor account groups will be pop up here. Okay, so just right now I tell you what is the standard vendor account group. While creating vendor, I have used something. Okay, so here I put
Live.
life and one another is two I group. I will show you now.
KE.
AERD, correct. Okay, ARED. ARED is a standard vendor account group. So I will just show you in the customization screen. ARED. Okay, this is the standard vendor account group. So just click on the details. So this group is a standard one. Whenever we want to create the customize the vendor account group, just come here, click on the position, go to the KRED, select it, and here is the option of the copy as. So you can create your customized vendor account group for creating the vendor master. Okay, so what is this actually the vendor account group? Can you tell me? We have the n number of the vendors. Okay, so some of the local vendors, so we call it as a domestic vendor. Okay, some of the vendors are the internationally. Okay, so at that time we can classify the domestic vendor, international vendor. So we can combine that all the vendors in a single group. We call it as a vendor account group. Okay, so all the domestic vendors we can put into the single account group there. Okay, so we have the 100 vendors. Under that 10 will be under the domestic, so they are the local vendors. So I can put that vendor into the local group. So for that I can create a separate vendor account group. Okay. Another 10 vendors are international. So we are importing the material. So I can create the different vendor account group for that exporting vendor. Okay. So with while we are creating a material type, okay. So we have the n number of the material type, like raw materials, spare parts. Okay. So like that, here is also the combination of the all the vendors like a same. We can combine that vendor in a single account group. So we call it as a vendor account group. Okay, this is the account group. For that, we can just create the customized vendor account group by copying the KRGD. Just select it, okay, and click on the copy as. So just right now, I'm rename it as a. I can do start from the Z domestic vendor group. So I name it as a ZDVG. Means domestic vendor group. Okay. I rename it as a account group as a ZDVG and name as a domestic vendor group. Okay. After entering it, just click on enter. Okay. So our vendor group will be created here. ZDVG. And just go to the end user screen and select that vendor account group from these downloads. If you are not finding this, you can just go to the find option here and enter your vendor Z domestic vendor group. So you need to save this configuration. Okay. It was saved. Once again, click back, click on the XK01. Right now I'm trying to select it. Okay. ZDV. So like this, my vendor account group will be coming here. Do you understand what is the account group? Any doubts in this? Like this, we can combine all the vendors with the same, like some are the domestic, international. So we can combine them here in a single account group for the clarify their payments and all the things there. Okay. So like this, I have created a customized the vendor account group here as a ZDVG. Okay, by entering this, I am creating the vendor. Okay. Then what is the field selection in this then? Here, this name as a required entry. Okay. So search term is also the required entry. Country as a required entry. Okay. So right now what I can do, I can remove this search term as a required entry to the optional entry. Okay. So in that here, just select it and go to the details view. And here is a option of the field status for your account group. So under that, just click on the general data. Okay. So here is option of the address. So there is search term. Okay. Where is the search term? So select it. Search term. Just select group, click on the details, click on the general data. Search term as a required entry here. Okay. So what I can do, I want to change this search term as a required entry to the optional entry. So I can just remove this required entry to the optional entry and save this configuration. Okay. So right now I'm trying to create the vendor with respect to the same vendor account group, customize 3DBG. Okay. So right now, this search term will be optional entry here. You clear about the field selection in the vendor master? Like this, whatever you want, you can change all the things as per your requirement. So this is a very simple than a material master field selection. Okay. You're getting? Any doubts?
They're getting.
Yeah, like this. This is a very simple. Only the field selection in a material master it will be critical, but in a vendor master purchasing for record PO PR, it will be very simple. Okay, so you can try for this. If what I can do, I want to this PO box as a required entry. So just go to the group here. Okay, just go to the general data and here address. Okay, so this PO box as a optional entry I can do as a requirement. Just select on it, PO box. Okay, just click on the save once again and try to create the vendor. Okay, so just enter the T code there, enter your required details. Right now the PO box as a required entry. This is nothing but the field selection or screen layout of the vendor master. All of you are clear regarding the field selection and the creation of the account group? Any doubts? All of you? So, Rashekar, Manjushri, Kavan, Vijay sir, Kirtan, you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, clear.
Manjushri, you clear about the field selection in vendor master?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Rashekar, what about you?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. So, Kavan, you're getting about the vendor master?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Ritesh sir, you are clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So, this is last short topic will be remaining. So, the number range for the vendor master here. Okay. So like the material master here, in a vendor master is also very simple to assign the number range for the vendor group. So here the number range will be, just go to your vendor account group, click on the details. Here is a number range. So AR number range will be for this our vendor group. So what I can do, I can just take back once again and under the same node of the vendor control, here is the option of the define number range for the vendor master record. Okay, just click on it and here is the intervals. So like in a material master, here is also the lots of the number range will be created. Okay, so I'm just selecting from that number range only. Okay, which are the readily available. So I'm just selecting this 4V. Okay, so which is the number range from the 10,000 to the 19,999 because it's have the very much number range. Okay, right now is the status of the only 4 vendors will be created under this number range. If you want to create your new number range, what you can do, you can just click on this insert line. Okay, so you can create your number range here, like you can name it as a whatever you want. You can name it as a ms, so you can enter the number range like 91,000 to 91,099. So this thing right now not taking because the enter the intervals without overlap. So n number of the number range will be created here. So whatever the number range I am creating, it will be not getting by the system due to the more number range here. So what I can do, I can just use the previous number range. Okay, so number range number is a 4V and the number range starts from the 10,000 and end at the 19,999. Okay, so I'm just copying this 4V. Okay, and no, and here is a number range option. So just select your vendor account group, DG, which is customized account group. Okay, so for that year number range will be applied, but what I can do, I want to change this number as a 4V. I'm just copy here and save this number range, okay, for the my this domestic vendor group. Okay, so after entering this, try to create a vendor once again by using xk01. Okay, so select the company code and all the things there. Okay, so I'm fastly entering all the data. Okay, after entering this, the system will be saving. Okay, so as per the customization, system will be giving the number range for my vendor account group as a whatever the number range I have saved there, 4B. Okay, so just once again go to the intervals. What is the 4B right now? It will be giving the 5 numbers more than whatever the number we are getting. Okay, so which number we are getting? We are getting a 10,005 here. So from this number range, my system will be getting the vendor number from this set number range. Like this, it is very simple to assign the number range to your vendor account. Okay, so in material master, we need to create the account group, then we can assign that to the number range group to the our material type. Okay, so this is the very critical, but in vendor master it will be a very simple. So this is the overall vendor master creation, its configuration. Okay, so I will share this document with you. Okay, so for your practice sessions you can use this document. Okay, so I will share this document on the drive. So any doubts in this? I will stop the recording.